Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. This is part 2 of this series. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to keep the original that I had in part 1. We're going to take this one that we basically intersected. I'm going to go to Object Group and ungroup it so we get this one. Now I'm going to have to go to Object Group and ungroup again. So we want just this one. What we're going to do, and it'd probably be a lot easier to turn it at a different angle, but this will work. Matter of fact, let's turn it. Let's turn it to 0. Now I am going to get I'm going to use the interactive fill tool and click on that right there and get to the transparency. And I'm going to make that little part transparent. Now I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard. I'm going to rotate it at 90 degrees. Start moving it, hold down the control button until it locks in there. Now we're going to rotate it at negative 45 degrees. You can make it 45 and it doesn't matter. I just get used to working that away. Control D to make a duplicate. Kind of grab that section right there and it should snap right to it. Then just make about as many as we made before. I'm going to go ahead and group this together, Control G. I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to grab that top node and move it to there, and then Control D, Control D, Control D. Now the difference is between this one and this one, it's a little bit of color, but what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and group these together, Control G. Then we're going to take a rectangle, and we're going to make the rectangle black. And we're going to go to Object, Order, Back of Page, and look what and I was afraid of that. I thought let me back up. When I duplicated it a while ago, it duplicated one of them again. So there's 2 right here. So let's go to Object, Group, and Ungroup, and let's get rid of that one. See, it duplicated that one again. So Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate it. You can see that since it's a double transparency, it got darker. Control D, Control D. Now we're going to go ahead and group it, Control G, and we're going to make our rectangle. Our rectangle could be bigger than the box. You could make it any color. We're going to go with black, go to Object, Order, Back of Page, and you see you've got a totally different look. Now we're going to, let's move this out of the way. I like working in the center of the page. It just gives it a more even, because you're going to be on the edges on the same. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle about the size of my object. And this is why you would want P, because then when you do that, they're going to be equal all the way around. Now, I actually need to move this out of the way to group all this together. Object, Order, or Group, and Group. Now put that back by hitting P, grab them both, and go to our friend, the intersect tool. And look, you've got 2 different items. Basically the same thing, but one of them has, actually like the original better, the sharpness of the gold, but it gives you a different look, because that black is kind of showing through. These are both identical. Kind of a neat project. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.